Hi, everyone. And today we're going to kind of have a chat session, a little bit different than normal. We've had several questions, actually a lot of questions, haven't we, about how we cruise and why we travel. And people are saying, what are you guys, rich?
Yeah, because we cruise several times a year.
Yes.
And we're not rich.
No, far from it.
Far from it.
Far from it. Then they say, are you retired?
It's like, nope.
Nope.
We both work full time.
Absolutely, which brings us to why we want to talk about this, because one of our things that we are feeling very strongly about right now is retirement before you retire, if that makes sense. And
have fun now.
Yeah.
While you can.
Right, because people are going, oh my gosh, well, I can't even imagine when you retire. Well, I expect we won't be able to do what we're doing now.
No, we won't be able to do it like this.
Yeah, we won't be able to do it like this. So
I did retire.
You did,
In 2019, I was over it. I was working 12-hour shifts at the hospital. I'd been doing that for almost 40 years, and I was just kind of done.
It was time to retire.
I was burned out. I thought it was time to retire, and I did fine for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But I still kind of had to keep myself busy. I was busy doing crafts for craft shows, and I really enjoyed that. And I kept busy, but then COVID happened.
That's right.
And when COVID happened, everything dried up, as you know. I was left sitting home. Well,
no purpose.
Now what do I do? And I did. I got depressed. I felt like I had no purpose anymore. My kids are all grown with families of their own, and my husband had passed away. I didn't have him anymore, and so it was a weird time. And so I went back to work, back to the hospital, but just PRN, which means I just kind of worked a little bit, but then I quickly enjoyed being back. And I quickly went part-time and then went full-time and was there for a little while before I then decided to switch. I just kind of up and decided one day to switch. I was having a bad day at the hospital and switched gears, and now I work at a school as a school nurse.
Yes, I mean, and about this time is when we had started cruising.
Yes.
I mean,
it was when I first went back to work, wasn't it?
Yes, because we had actually scheduled a cruise to take her mother on a cruise, and then COVID happened, and so we had to delay that. So she went back to work, and then we did do the cruise, and quickly found we really liked this.
Oh gosh, we were hooked almost immediately.
Yes. Just a couple years ago.
Mom. And so we've been cruising. I mean, if we can, we cruise every couple months.
Yes.
I mean, there's been a few times it's been 4
How
to
many
6
have we gone
months.
in this last year? Because we did the cruise.
This will be, we're getting ready to do our 6th cruise in 9 months.
Which is pretty aggressive, and hence why people are going, oh gosh, I wish I could do that. And so this is what we're going to talk about just briefly is just, you can do this. And we're both single. I mean, as Kim said, her husband passed away, and then I was divorced, and we're both empty nesters. And so I think
nothing else to do.
This is one of the keys, that we are, what they say, single and solo, but we don't want just to sit and be at home. No. And we found that cruising is all inclusive, so it has the hotel and your food, and we love entertainment and casino, and we love the casino. And so with that, we've also started receiving, comped cruises.
Yeah, this
game changer.
We're getting ready to do our 2nd of 3 free cruises that we have booked. This in like a year's period, but
and people are like, great. What do you spend a fortune? No, I mean, if we spend $100 a day at the casino, we feel like, okay, it was a free cruise, we can justify that. I mean,
that's true.
It's because we have our lodging and things.
I mean, we would cruise more if I could.
Yes, but work kind of gets in the way.
But I have to work to cruise.
And
so
me as well.
I mean, if I was retired, I probably wouldn't have the money, to do this. So I have to work to cruise, and that's okay. It's a good balance. It's
I think
about
so
balance,
too. And it gives us stuff to look forward to.
Something to look forward to
Absolutely.
when you're older and you're single and your kids are doing their own thing, and it's something to look forward to, and it's fun, and we just have such a good time. But that's the whole thing. Like, people work so hard to retire. Their
Yes.
goal is retirement, and that's great. But I can't tell you how many people I know who have finally gotten there, and then something happened and they passed away.
Yeah, health-wise,
Yeah,
either
health-wise.
they can't go. And we had a very dear friend that this just happened
Yeah.
to us as well, that who worked at the hospital, and she was planning to retire this summer and fine on the weekend and passed away a few days later. And
Unexpectedly, something,
unexpectedly.
stuff happens. And the other thing, even if you are alive and you live that long, you may not be healthy.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm really
Yes.
lucky that I'm still healthy enough to work.
Yes. Yes.
And that I can work to do this. But, you may save your money to retire and think you're going to do all this traveling when you retire. But what if you're disabled? What if you
Absolutely.
you're just not healthy enough to do that? So,
Yes.
I think our point is to kind of live for now. Do it while you can,
Absolutely.
while you're still in good shape, while you're young enough,
Well,
to
we're
enjoy
having
it.
fun, and we're not. We go to all different types of cruises. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
we go different. And people now are like, where are you going? And there are some days Kim and I are like, I don't know.
Oh no, we don't really care anymore.
We don't care, but we do know we're on a different ship because we like to
Yes.
cruise different ships.
We like
different-
a whole different experience.
Yes.
So a lot of people really like cruising the same ship over and over and over, and that's fine. It's
But that's not us.
No.
No, we like different entertainment, different, I mean, we're going to be on the oldest and smallest Royal Caribbean ship
Yeah.
next weekend.
Next weekend.
weekend.
Yeah, 7
And-
days we'll be out shoving off. But
And I can hardly wait.
oldest and smallest, and yet people love it.
I know. Lady
We've-
G is what they
Yeah,
say.
Lady G, Grandeur of the Seas, and so we're excited. We've not been on a. We tend to like the bigger, newer, more bougie ships,
Yeah.
and that's what we've been on lately.
But they tend to be pricey too.
Yeah.
So,
And this one's free. So
yes, this one's free. So that's how we justify. Now, the one thing that we do have to say is we would probably cruise more if we live closer to a port.
Oh yeah, we live right in the middle of the country. We have
Yes.
to fly everywhere, and right now
Flights are high.
that is not cheap.
So that is what we really are spending our resources on, which again is why we will continue to work. So it's something to think about. Now, even if you're not single, if you're a couple, we've got our friends that cruise with us, and they're married. But retirement looks different if you're married. Yeah, it
does look
It
different.
does look different.
Yeah.
You can have two people, two incomes. Different.
Yes.
Set priorities. When you are, like us, we were not planning to be, single. So I mean, this is just how.
Well, and
life
truthfully, we
through it.
wouldn't be doing this if we
No.
were married, because
No.
our spouses wouldn't.
No, would
like
not
that
have
very much.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Unless
and
they
wouldn't
were
have
with us.
gone. Yeah,
Unless they were with
yeah,
us,
and they
so,
probably.
I don't know. I mean, mine was pretty easy going. He
Yeah,
might have been. If you're married, you're living with somebody, you can do it together and still
Absolutely.
do it. So, enjoy life while you can.
Yes.
And don't just save it. I'm not saying don't save for retirement,
Right.
because that's a good thing, but do it also now.
I agree.
Do it while you can.
I agree. So we hope to see you on a cruise sometime soon. If you do, reach out to us and leave a comment. Tell us what you think, and what your strategy is, because we're willing to listen. I mean, absolutely. So
Yes.
I hope everybody's doing well, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.